Hey there, everybody. I have no idea what's going on down here on the bottom of my screen. Apologies for that. Thanks for being here, Star Wars Galaxy Heroes day by day. We're starting here today because reasons. It's August 2nd. Um, wouldn't say a terribly crazy day, just, you know, new stuff, new days, always challenging. I decided to bring my chair back down a little bit because I feel like I'm trying to figure out what the setting is where I can put the chair, and I don't know. It's just weird stuff. I'm trying to figure out different things. And, all of it's challenging. None of it's not challenging, I guess is the word. But it's all challenging. We're just trying to figure some stuff out with the chair and to better accommodate stuff. Today was a pretty good day. Probably should have got outside more than I did, but we're trying stuff. We had our former foster son. He was here today, so we had four kids like we did last weekend, although the foster son ended up going to his grandparents last weekend, but we're still dealing with sickness, so I'm going to stay home tomorrow with the kids while my wife goes to church because she has to help count money, which she's like, "Are you going to be okay?" I'm like, "I think I'll be okay," because I usually do. All three kids when she's at work, so I think I'll be able to handle tomorrow okay. At least that's the hopes. Whether I actually end up being able to is another story. Altogether, we didn't get great pulls there. Did you see that? Not that I really helped anybody else, but not that I helped anybody else notice. But we did not get great pulls there. We got what I would consider pretty crap pulls, pretty shit pulls. I mean, 19 there, that's better. We got like 10 the other way. I saw some foolishness on the news because I was watching a ball game, and this is Saturday, and they're doing the NASCAR whatever crossover with Major League Baseball. So we've been sitting downstairs trying to watch that for a number of hours, and it's excruciating because you have to watch just people that I'm not really a fan of talk about, try to be interesting and talk about baseball. Because when we're playing in baseball, we had really great, in between the live commentary and, the pregame, whatever entertainment, and the guys doing the I would do, whatever you want to call it, the pregame show or whatever. They're just not good. They're just not good. It was a nationally televised game, but he wasn't good. I mean, okay, so I turned off our TV, so this is probably the last game that I was going to be able to watch. But we've had MLB Network, and the guys on MLB Network, they get it. And I think that's because they do it every night. They do it every night of the season. And they're just such a joy to watch. These guys on Fox, I'm not going to mention any names, but they're not good. I understand if you're a fan of those guys, but they're pretty bad. And as somebody who grew up and still really enjoys enjoying watching baseball as much as I used to because of the things that have happened to the game. The one I do, I guess maybe I have a pretty high expectation level from what's going to happen there. And these guys that I'm watching tonight, I mean, granted, they ran on the segments they should have ran in their first, and then they had to recycle a couple of them just because they didn't have anything to say because they only, put in their meeting. But it's like MLB Network. If you go watch those games, and I get it that MLB Network has this live pregame show. But I think that MLB Network kind of misses, because MLB Network, when they do, they do call games like every once in a while, but usually it's just a feed of of some network. But they do a great job, and just after having watched them and having seen them do their thing, to flip the channel and see them do their thing, and then see them having to deal with a rain delay that these guys just clearly aren't capable of dealing with. It's pretty hilarious. It's pretty hilarious, honestly. And it's just, they're former major leaguers, and honestly, that's probably the best thing you got to say about them. They're all Hall of Famers, but you probably didn't really enjoy that. Whatever it was, unless you're a fan of those teams and of those guys. And I don't know. I'm just struggling to come up with good compliments. It was just awkward. It was dumb. It probably would have been better if it wouldn't have rained, but it did. So that hurt it on a number of levels. But for what it was, it's serviceable. I mean, like I said, we're cutting off our TV because live TV just because it's going to save us $60 a month. So it is what it is. And if I really want to, I can still subscribe to MLB Network separately, which I may do just because it's nauseating. But it's fine. Anyway, I think that's all we got. I think we have a raid to do, but I'm not overly worried about that. I did a raid this morning. I don't want to do it again. Signed up for TV, which I totally missed signing up for 2, and I'm trying to figure out when things need to change. Because this whole Conquest TW TB Conquest thing, I'm just like, no. It's just not. It's not a fun time. It's not, And the thing is, we've only been playing this game for over 2 years. And the fact that I'm already at that point, it's like, I don't know. It doesn't bode well long term. So just fair warning. I don't know when, but we'll find out. Anyway, thanks for being here. I appreciate it all the time. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. Otherwise, God bless, hold the line. And remember that I have friends everywhere.